Hi, Victoria Jennings from Dynamic Academy. I'm just going to go through some frequently asked questions that may help you to make a decision as to whether you'd like to engage with us even further.
What will I get from taking the profile test?
When you take the profile test, you'll actually get a better understanding of who you are, what your natural talents and strengths are, and how you can leverage that in an organisation if you're working for somebody, or how you can actually create wealth if you're working in your own business that you own, or enterprise that you own, or you're an entrepreneur.
Is there a best type of profile to generate wealth?
Every profile can generate wealth, but, and this is the big but, each profile generates wealth differently. So when you understand which profile you are, you'll understand exactly what you need to do to create wealth through the path of least resistance for you in the fastest possible way.
I've been in business for years, so what will this give me?
If you've been in business for a long time, you're going to actually get the beautiful opportunity to look at your business through a different lens. You'll see things that you never saw before. Because you've been employing people, perhaps you've been engaging people and partnering with other partners and looking at your market connections and everything from your point of view only, this will give you an opportunity to say, wow, there's more than my point of view, there's more than my perspective. There's actually 4 energies that I need to make sure that I'm taking into consideration to run my business effectively. And there's actually 8 profiles that I can work with in a very different and unique way. And that means that I can outsource more things, I can free up my time, and I can create more wealth.
How do I know this will work? Can you list any examples of success?
We've had so many success stories, but I'll just hone in on a couple of them. From my own business point of view, after we implemented this in the business, I developed the whole business based on this principle. It's now a licensed model, and the businesses that I create are always a licensed model. That's from what I've learned to do. When we implemented it with the team, we actually doubled our revenue in 6 months because I had people all in the wrong positions for their profile, except me. I was the only one in the right one. So that was really cool. But for some of our other clients, we've worked with Nebraska University in the United States, and we've actually seen a team of theirs identify an additional $3.6 million in revenue to focus on for the next 12 months. We're measuring that success right now. So we have testimonials and we have case studies. Testimonials are people that will say that they worked with us and they had this experience while they were working with us. A case study is where we've actually followed them through to implementation and then document that implementation and get them to sign off. So another case study that I can talk about was a really successful registered training organisation, and you can go on the website and download all of these. They actually had an administrative team and a teaching team, and they couldn't see eye to eye, and we got them to work together for the very first time. And what we saw happen was a 20% increase in revenue in 6 months as a result of that. Some of the trainers were responsible for doing some of the selling, but some of the trainers that were doing the selling were not the right profile to do the sales, and they were really uncomfortable with it. They didn't want to do it either. So what we did was we only focused on the correct profiles for selling, who were the trainers, and we saw a 20% increase in enrolments. So that's another example. So many. There was another organisation that we worked with called Just Pets in Byron Bay. They actually identified $2.6 million in additional revenue that they could generate over the next 12 months. We've been working with them. They were so excited when we did this. This is from a one-day workshop. They were so excited when they completed the workshop, but they didn't want to stop. So everyone stayed back, they got pizzas, and they worked on their project plans to implement the strategies that they needed to implement to create that $2.6 million in additional revenue, because they were so fired up. So they're the sorts of results we're seeing all the time. But it's not only that, it's also the benefits of your team working together, to be able to work in their flow, to be able to contribute to the organisation the best possible way they can through their natural talents and strengths, to be able to come to work every morning and think, yay, I'm going to work, isn't that great? Because it doesn't feel like work anymore. It's just what you do. And The morale of enterprises increases, it improves, everyone's happier. You can hear the laughter in the organisations. You have to literally beat people home with sticks, and I did that last night again in my organisation, where they just won't stop working. They're loving it. They're loving what they're doing. They get excited about it, and time disappears because of that, because they're doing what they love. When you have a whole organisation that operates that way, productivity increases, and when productivity increases, revenue has to follow. It's a natural thing. You don't even have to focus on the revenue. It's going to happen because you get more efficiencies, you gain more efficiencies. People are more competent because they're only working in the areas where their natural talents and strengths lie.
Who came up with these concepts?
Roger Hamilton actually developed the tools that we use and the programs that we actually teach. He took 20 years to develop it. He's an architect by trade, and his mother is Chinese, his father is Scottish. So all of this is based on the principles of the I Ching, which a lot of Carl Jung's work was based on as well. So Carl Jung is known for psychometric testing. A lot of the psychometric testing that we know of today, things like DISC you may have heard of, things like Myers-Briggs Types Indicator, MBTI, they all came from Carl Jung's work and from the I Ching. Carl Jung only decided to take a part of it though. What Roger Hamilton has done is he's taken the entire I Ching. And so we're not just looking at a profiling tool of your personality. We're looking at a profiling tool of how you actually work. We're looking at a profiling tool of how to run your business. We're looking at a profiling tool that helps you also increase wealth. So it's coming from a very different perspective. It answers a lot of people, and I've been one of them, I've been involved in MBTI and DISC and different teams that I've been associated with when I worked for other people. And it was great. I mean, it's great because you learn a bit about your teammates, but I can't remember what their profile was today. I can remember my whole team. I can even remember their percentages. I can remember everything about them very simply. And that makes it so much easier for me to run the business more effectively. It also makes it easy to run the business to, pull people in, to recruit people, and know who you actually need to recruit, and know how to write your ads for recruitment, all of those sorts of things. MBTI and DISC don't do that. MBTI and DISC stop at the personality. This answers, so what? This is the only tool that I've ever seen that does.
How quickly can I see results?
You'll see results after doing workshops, the 1-day workshop, the 3-day workshop with us, you see results within 6 to 12 months. Sometimes you'll see results immediately in certain areas. You'll definitely see results immediately in morale of your team. You'll definitely see results in productivity of your team immediately. You'll also see results in absenteeism. Your absenteeism will go right down. So that has a cost benefit as well to the organisation. So that's immediate. But as far as, looking at your projects, looking at who should be running them, looking at your team accountabilities and which profile should be doing what in that project, that takes a little while to actually be able to measure the return on investment. And we take the time to measure the return on investment. And we can literally, in our case studies, we can say that's what occurred after that was all put in place. And we actually work with the organisations, we touch in with them to make sure they're still implementing those plans that we set up on that 1-day workshop or that 3-day workshop. We make sure they're still got momentum and making that happen.
What if this doesn't work for me? Are there any guarantees?
We've got a 100% money back guarantee. If you're not happy with the 1-day workshop or the 3-day, whatever workshop you do with us, I'll give you your money back, because I guarantee that you are going to be able to use this somehow, some way, shape or form. Is going to make a difference in your organisation. I know that it'll make a huge difference, but I'm so committed to this actual framework. I'm so passionate about it. I've seen it work time and time again, all around the world, not just here, all around the world. Doesn't matter the culture, that I'm happy to give you your money back unless you're completely satisfied.
Where does it all take place, training, etc.?
The training will take place. We've got public programs and all over. You can come to California and do them there if you want to. We do them in all around Australia. It just depends where they're happening at the time. And you just come to a public workshop and do it that way.
How many people can I bring along?
If you've got your own organisation, you can bring your whole team along if you want to. And, you know, we have tables of 10. So if you want to test it out on one team, I recommend that you do that. You don't bring the whole gang. The first one, you bring one team. Let's prove it with that one team first of all. And I know that you'll then want to implement it throughout the rest of your organisation.
Why haven't I heard of this before?
You haven't heard of it because it's fairly new in Australia, and there's some consultants that are actually using this with their own clients, but they haven't taken it on board in the way that I have, because I'm a creator and I've got a very, very big picture. So I want this to spread all over the world. So we've got a really big marketing team behind this, and how we're doing it.
How long does a course typically take?
Courses vary. They're anything from 1-day workshop to 5-day workshops. And if you're wanting to be a consultant, if you want to learn how to do this with your own clients, then we have 3 different programs. And so one's a 2-day, one's a 3-day, and one's a 5-day if you want to learn how to do the whole lot.
When can I get started?
So there's seminars being run all the time, public seminars that you can enrol in. And whoever's giving you this information will have information about seminars. Of course, the website also has information about when the next seminars are happening. So get in touch with it whichever way you need to get in touch.
What big things are on the horizon for Dynamic Academy?
I have a very big vision for Dynamic Academy. So several things are happening in Dynamic Academy. Really want to create a whole lot of businesses that are going to be embracing this framework, really changing the way they work, really changing the revenue and the wealth that they're generating. I want to be able to touch a whole lot of entrepreneurs and share these secrets with them, because these are the secrets of the rich and famous. I know that sounds silly, but these are the secrets of the very, very successful billionaires who know this innately. They haven't done the programs, but they know it innately. They know which game they're to play. So I really want to make sure as many people on the planet as possible can get exposed to this framework, because it makes such a difference. I also want to make sure that everyone on the planet can wake up in the morning and say, yay, I'm off to work today. It's going to be an awesome day. I'm going to love and enjoy what I'm doing. And because I think that will just change the way the world operates completely. We want to incorporate this in schools and work with children so that they can actually focus on where their natural genius lies. So we're also working on something called the Dynamic Gateway Schools. We have the tool that actually will profile kids from the age of 8 to 15. So we're working on this right now. And if anyone out there wants to help us work on this school, please step forward, let us know. We're wanting the kids to be able to focus on their natural talents and strengths and not worry so much about the areas they're not great at. Then when they graduate, they'll actually graduate as little entrepreneurs and start their own businesses. That's the sort of school we want to create, because we believe that that's going to take the world out of poverty. If everyone comes out of school and can support themselves in their own business, we're looking at a very different world to what we're looking at today as well. So we also need to train up a whole lot of people to work with us and to work with organisations. We need consultants, facilitators, coaches to be working with us to learn these techniques, to be able to work with their clients. I just want to get this out to as many people as possible. It changed my life. It changed the way I look at the world. It changed my world and what I can do. It allowed me to create my business that doesn't need to have me in it. It allows me to go off and leave the business and have a great time and know that everything's being looked after while I'm away. It's helped me with my kids as a mother. It's helped me to see the differences in my 2 sons and how I should be treating them differently, because they are different. And I didn't understand that until I saw this. So this can help people with counselling. This can help people with schools, as I said before. It can help recruitment, selection. There's so many opportunities, and I'd really love to work with people who can see those opportunities and who want to do that too. It's the ripple effect on the pond, you know. I'm just the pebble, and I want other people to help me get those ripples out.